Federal government declares fleeing Boko Haram suspects wanted as President Muhammadu Buhari presides over National Security Council meeting. Peter Obi announces Datti Baba Ahmed as running mate. And on the foreign scene, former Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dies after being shot at stump speech in Nara. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. And now the news info. The federal government has declared Boko Haram suspects who fled the medium security custodial center in Kuje, Abuja wanted. In a statement on Friday, the Nigerian Correctional Service revealed the names and photos of 69 inmates who escaped from the correctional facility following an attack by terrorists 3 days ago. While declaring them wanted, the Nigerian Correctional Service confirmed that they all escaped from the correctional facility, which was attacked by terrorists on Tuesday night. Contrary to the widespread belief that members of the terrorist group are northerners, among those declared wanted was Basi Kingsley from Orong, a coastal city and local government area in Akwa Ibom State. Oyemere Asagba, who hails from Warri in Delta State, is another suspected member of the terrorist group declared wanted by the government. President Muhammadu Buhari has summoned an emergency National Security Council meeting with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, some cabinet ministers, and all security and service chiefs in attendance. Other attending the security meeting include Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bas Mustafa, and Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gabari. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, was represented at the meeting. The meeting would deliberate on nation's security challenges occasioned by the recent attacks on medium security custodial center Kuje by suspected terrorists, where high-profile Boko Haram inmates escaped. The president on Wednesday visited the custodial center Kuje attacked by the terrorists, where he expressed disappointment with the nation's intelligence system. And President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has said that Tuesday's attack on the Kuje Security Custodial Center by terrorists speaks volumes about the failure of the country's security architecture. Lawan stated this on Thursday when he led a delegation of leadership of the Senate to assess the level of attack on the correctional facility by insurgents. According to the Senate President, an attack on the Kuje Medium Security Custodial Center could only have been possible with the collaboration of insiders within the nation's correctional system. The Senate President asked the Comptroller General of the NCS to include a request for the provision of CCTV across maximum and medium correctional centers across the country in its 2023 budget proposal to the National Assembly for approval.
It's showing the problems associated with our security system in the country. Because for about 300 people to trek to this facility, come and do this kind of operation, and go away. And out of the 300, maybe 4 were taken out. Says a lot about what our security situation is. So if this is what it is in the FCT, in other areas far away from the center of government will be worse.
You're here where intelligence is supposed to be shared. You cannot have 300 people walking, moving at the same time together, and you say that the security agencies could not trace them, they could not even intercept information. It's a very serious matter, because this is the Federal Capital Territory, just like His Excellency the Senate President has said. How is it possible that we could have this attack in the Federal Capital Territory, and they were able to gain access and leave without any heavy or serious resistance? I believe that the security agencies should put their heads together. Our various committees of security, intelligence, and even interior will be engaging very seriously.
Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police and for State Command Ayuba El-Kana has assured of robust partnership with the State Controller of Correctional Service to rejig the security architecture of all prisons and other vulnerable infrastructure in the state. The Commissioner assured adequate protection of all prisons and other vulnerable infrastructure in the state and will prevent attack on such facility by criminals. The Commissioner of Police, along with the Controller of Correctional Service, visited Medium Security Custodial Center in Gusau in a bid to assess the security architecture of the center. The Commissioner of Police, while reassuring the Controller of the Command's commitment to partner with other security agencies in this regard, calls on the public to support the police with credible information on criminal or suspected activities in the state. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has announced a former federal lawmaker, Senator Datti Baba Ahmed, as his running mate in the 2023 general elections. He made the announcement on Friday at an event in Abuja, saying the decision followed a series of consultations with stakeholders. Baba Ahmed represented Zaria in the House of Representatives from 2003 to 2007 and later Kaduna North Senatorial District between 2011 and 2012. According to Obi, the vice presidential candidate brings to the mission great personnel, academic and entrepreneurial strength, as well as impeccable credentials with the added value of rich experience in politics. And the Federal High Court, Justice Taiwo in Abuja has disqualified Sharif Oboriwori, the candidate of the Delta State People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the 2023 governorship election. Delivering judgment, Justice Taiwo agreed with the plaintiff that Oboriwori ought not to be on the 2023 governorship election for the PDP on account of submitting alleged false and forged documents to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The judge subsequently directed INEC and the PDP to recognize the plaintiff as candidate of the PDP in the 2023 governorship election in Delta State. He urged the court to bar PDP from submitting Oboriwori's name as the flag bearer of the party. And troops of Operation Desert Sanity on Thursday recorded success over ISWAP and Boko Haram terrorists during an aggressive clearance operation around Dukwa Gamburu Highway in Borno State. Authorities said that the troops neutralized several insurgents, including top commanders. Though the army did not give very specific details regarding the number of insurgents killed, a brief statement on Friday revealed that clearance operation was highly successful and several weapons and ammunition were recovered. Similarly, troops of Operation Hadinkai last Sunday neutralized some terrorists in Borno State. Military spokesman Major General Bernard Onyoko said the troops of 24 TF Brigade Operation Hadinkai made contact with some Boko Haram terrorists at Gamage village in Borno, adding that after the encounter, 5 terrorists were neutralized. And governments at all levels in Nigeria have been urged to adopt state and community policing as a panacea to insecurity in the country. At a public lecture organized by Osun State Muslim community, stakeholders said communities should be involved by owning their own security outfit. The report.
The saying that security is everybody's business justifies the need to involve all stakeholders in the quest to protect lives and property. Over the years, there have been clamor for state policing to stem the tide of insecurity in Nigeria. This came to the fore again at the public lecture organized by Osun State Muslim community, where the guest speaker Fatai Kolawole urged the government to explore state and community policing. Kolawole said community and religious leaders no reliable individuals in their various communities who can serve in the state and community policing arrangement.
We cannot just be talking about deterrence, using the police, using the military to stem the tide. But we are recommending that we should now take this from the bottom-up approach. And that means the community itself, we use vigilante in our environment, the community itself should be able to police themselves. The states will also be involved in policing their state. And in doing this, we must ensure that those to be recruited into the community policing, state policing, are credible people, and they are recommended by community leaders who have proven integrity.
President of Osun State Muslim Community Mustafa Olawi noted that gap in the ratio of police officers to Nigerians justify the calls for state and community policing.
You talk about policing the country. Yes, the number of police per the population of Nigeria today is not enough. It's nothing to write home about. You can see how many people are manning Osogbo here, not to cover any other town. So we don't have enough police. So people are talking about community policing. Yes, if it's going to be managed properly, let it be.
One of the participants, Molikat Adekunle, urged security agencies to shun rivalry and cooperate and deal with security challenges.
Civil defense, then Amotekun, then we have the Odua, and all these vigilantes, provided they can work together. I think that will assist us.
Stakeholders at the event are hopeful that the relevant authorities will strongly consider the resolutions on the need for state and community policing to enable the country surmount the present security challenges.
Residents of Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria, are making last-minute buying of livestock for sacrifice during the 2022 Eid al-Kabir celebration. They decry the rise in prices of livestock for this year's Salah season, with some saying they had to reduce the number they usually buy due to the rising cost of the animals. The report.
A visit to the livestock market in Gusau Metropolis reveals that there are livestock in the market, but the prices are not affordable to most citizens. Bashir Aliu said he usually buys 2 rams to perform the sacrifice every Eid al-Kabir celebration, but had to reduce his purchase to 1. He attributed the high cost of livestock to increase in animal feed. The ram here are of different categories and so their price. We have a ram of 30, 40, 60, 70, 80 and 100,000 naira. People who buy from those hawking will say the price is high, but if you come to this market, it is cheaper. Chairman of the Livestock Association, Ibrahim Gusau, and a seller, Aminu Abubakar, said the least price for livestock, especially ram, is between 50 to 85,000 naira. They appeal to the Zamfara state government to always deal with the livestock sellers in the state whenever they intend to buy to distribute to residents during the Salah season. There are a lot of livestock in the market, but we rear them in a difficult situation because of the cost of feed. A bag of chap which was sold for 8,000 naira is now sold for 20,000 naira, and the one which was sold for 3,000 naira now costs 9,000 naira.
I sincerely came here to buy ram. I got one, but the price is high and there is no money. There are livestock in the market. However, the prices are high. The list price of ram is 50,000 and some are 400 to 500,000, which only those who are rich can afford. In this Salah, you can only kill one, but if I get goat, I will slaughter since it falls under the category of animals that can be used for the sacrifice. The prices of livestock are high because the price of everything is high. A bag of chaff that we used to buy for 2,000 to 3,000 naira is now sold for 10,000 naira.
Trust TV observed that there was low patronage for livestock, a situation many attributed to high cost by the Zamfara state government and the former governor of the state, Abdulaziz Yari, for residents, especially the poor, for the 2022 Eid al-Kabir celebration.
You're watching Trust TV News Updates coming up after the break. Maiduguri residents decry hike in price of bread. These and other stories shortly. To stay with Trust TV. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news updates on Trust Television. Our headlines again. We told you that federal government declares fleeing Boko Haram suspects wanted as President Muhammadu Buhari presides over National Security Council meeting. And Peter Obi announces Datti Baba Ahmed as running mate. And moving on to other news, the crucial day of Hajj has reached its climax on Arafat Day, which coincides with Friday, another important spiritual day for Muslims. Over 1 million pilgrims converge on Mount Arafat on the outskirts of Mecca to observe the day. Thousands of Nigerian pilgrims are part of this important Hajj ritual. Sharif Al-Hassan reports from Mecca.
The much-awaited day for pilgrims from across the world who have come to witness the day of mercy has come. The day of Arafat is the Hajj itself. Without it, there will be no Hajj. It is on the plain of Arafat that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam completed and perfected the religion of Islam. It is also here that the Prophet delivered his final sermon to the entire Muslim Ummah, which was passed on to us as believers. So Muslims are expected to pray fervently while staying on the plain of Arafat for their countries, for themselves, and of course for the peace and stability of their communities. Furthermore, it is also reported that anyone who prays on the Mount of Arafat, his prayer is as good as answered.
الفضل والنعم سبحان ذي المجد والكرم سبحان ذي الجلال.
saboda ka وقال الإنسان ما لها musulmi zai tambaye shi zai tambaye kansa me yake fa samu da duniya saboda ka yan uwa musulmi
tẹ̀mí ànábì wí àti gbogbo àwọn ànábì Ọlọ́run tó ti ṣáájú mi tí àwa náà gbọdọ̀ máa wí lónìí òun náà ló fẹ́ mẹ́rin pé la ilaha illallah wahda ẹ̀jẹ̀ bá wà náà.
I feel I'm very happy, I'm very happy, I'm very happy. This is the first time I'm here in my life.
One will stand up, face the Qibla, and start special prayers in respect of his own life, his family, other fellow Muslims across the globe, especially his country, local government, communities, and etc. etc. Should do the dua, perform special prayers for them. It is mandatory. So it is a very, very important activity to all the Muslim Ummah, because for those who are opportune should perform their own rites in the Arafat ground. But for others who are not opportune to participate in the Hajj of the year, they are also ordered or given as a sunnah step to perform their own fasting on the same day at their own localities for a complete day. During that fasting, they should also perform their own prayers, and Allah will accept all the prayers.
The pilgrims will have to stay until sunset here on the plain of Arafat. Afterwards, they'll be proceeding to Muzdalifah, where they are expected to spend a night, and of course proceed to the first symbolic stoning of the devil in Jamarat. From the plain of Arafat, Sharif Al-Hassan.
Over 1 million Muslim faithfuls have converged on the sacred hill of Mount Arafat near the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia for an intense day of worship and reflection on what is considered the climax of Islamic Hajj pilgrimage. Muslims around the world who are not participating in the pilgrimage are expected to fast on the Arafat day, which carries a significant reward. Earlier on Trust TV's Daybreak morning show, Imam Ismail Chindo spoke on the significance of this special day, which is the first climb since COVID-19 pandemic.
Arafat Day is the 9th day of Dhul Hijjah, that is the 12th month of the Muslim Islamic calendar. The Arafat Day, as explained by various Islamic scholars in their literature, is of vast significance. One of its significance is the day when the religion was fulfilled. Allah Ta'ala says, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum, up to the end of the verse, that on that day Allah has fulfilled, has perfected the religion of Islam. That is one. Then secondly, it is the day when Allah Ta'ala answers prayers. The Prophet of Islam says, Abdullah du'a'i du'a'u yawmi Arafah. The best dua, that's the best prayer, the best supplication is that of the day of Arafah. In other words, the supplications, whatever a person prays Allah to give him or her, Allah Ta'ala will offer that particular, will answer that prayer, will offer him or her that particular thing that he asks. Is it also the day that Muslims are being forgiven? Now, this forgiveness is particularly for those that gather at the valley of Arafat for the pilgrimage. And the scholars have explained, as explained in the book known as Nur al-Fajr, written by Muhammad Bello, that all Muslims are being forgiven, particularly those who abide by the ethics of Islam on that particular day, meaning to say that Muslims are expected to fear Allah on that particular day, to be truthful, to refrain from lies, to refrain from rancor, to refrain, to abolish pride and other blameworthy qualities. So Muslims are expected to be humble to Allah on that day.
And now to Maiduguri, Borno State, where residents have decried the hike in price of bread and other commodities in the market. The high cost of flour and the general impact of inflation on goods and services is threatening bakeries in Maiduguri as they face a likely shutdowns. The report.
Bread is one of the most consumed commodities in Maiduguri. This explains its wide patronage around the city. But the recent increase in the price of a loaf of bread is scaring residents and leaving a few hawkers in the street selling the commodity. The high price of flour has led to a reduction in production as well as demand in some factories. Abdullahi Salih, a baker, says he had no choice but to increase the price per loaf to keep his business running. He's considering shutting down the facility to venture into another enterprise, but he's still making consultations.
The
business is facing serious problem. I am planning to switch to another business. A bag of flour in the market is over 25,000 naira. Sugar is over 20,000 naira. Other ingredients prices has increased. The quality of bread has dropped too. If we will produce good quality, bread of 400 naira, it will cost 800 naira. 200 naira will cost 400 naira. So people will not buy, and we are not happy too. Some residents say the astronomical increase in the prices of goods and services has worsened the present economic challenges facing them. Before, 200 naira bread can serve breakfast for you and your family, but now even 500 naira can't. Because of the expense, I've stopped eating bread. Now I and my family eat only swallow. We even eat it as breakfast. Just managing to sell. Customers don't patronize us like before, despite increasing the price, and nylon is expensive. So we too had to increase our price, and a lot of people are complaining. Government should do something about it. Nigerians on the streets of Maiduguri are hopeful that the government will address the rising inflation to enable small businesses stay aloft.
And on the foreign scene, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is dead after being shot on Friday while delivering a stump speech in the western city of Nara 2 days ahead of a national election. And according to reports by the police, the longest-serving former leader was allegedly attacked by a 41-year-old man from behind when he was speaking in front of the Saidachi Station railway workers. And that brings us to the end of the news update at this hour. For more, you can follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching.